it's great that you separate it like that, because, well, it's not so different, but it's true that we are social beings, right? So we need connection to other humans, but we also need connection to nature. And we can actually hear ourselves, our own intuition and our own connection to God, the universe, the divine, whatever, when we're alone in nature. And it's been shown by medical research even that being outdoors in nature is something that recharges us with energy. Forest bathing is a practice that's nowadays recommended by doctors. Go be outside in the middle of the trees, singing to songbird. Songbird is another element that has been proven by scientific research to improve life satisfaction. So all these things, being in touch with the ground, with the trees, with the birds, with animals in the wild or in your local park, is something that we've become a bit alienated from through the last centuries of social development, industrial revolutions, and then, getting more and more into this work hustle culture where people already struggle sometimes to spend time with their families because they have so much pressure to earn money and to achieve that, let alone that they find time to spend in nature on their own, or even with the families, whatever. But this is something that should actually be our priority, because if we become ill, whether physically ill with low energy or with mental health issues such as depression, which is so common nowadays, again, because we've been alienated from our own spirituality, from our own connection to nature, the antidote is to go back to nature, to spend time in a relaxing setting, which can be anywhere you have access to. It can be your local park, can be at the beach, can be on your own, can be with your family, whatever you can pull off. And there are practices such as, for instance, grounding, which is nowadays also recommended by doctors, which is to spend time barefoot with your feet touching the ground. That's already recharging you with energy. And exercise in nature, meditate in nature. Then for the social aspect that makes us feel alone is that we have hyperabundance of social stimuli through social media, the internet. In the cities, there's people everywhere, right? But what we have a scarcity of is authentic human interaction. And authenticity is measured by how vulnerable and real we can be in the interaction. I don't know if you're familiar with the work of Brené Brown, such an amazing researcher. I really admire her. And she says that what we crave the most as humans is the ability or capacity to be vulnerable with each other. So real. So, not having to fake that we're doing well or that everything is so fine and so positive in our lives, which is a bit what social media culture can do to people. But to be able to say, look, I feel like shit today. And it's good, it's part of life.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. And to acknowledge that we have needs and to learn how to take care of those needs, learning more efficient ways to communicate, learning to get in tune with your body and the sensations in your body, and also with your emotional intelligence. Those are skills that are really necessary, but are not taught in school. So many adults nowadays, they struggle because they never learned these skills. So there's nothing wrong with people as such. It's more of a systemic issue, right? That we need to take care of this. I don't know, providing social spaces where people can interact authentically and vulnerably, teaching emotional intelligence and facilitating that people can